Now, it's called a home recording studio, but you can create a song without actually recording anything at all. I know! Hello, home music creators. Yes, you don't actually need to record anything to make a full song. How, I hear you ask? Well, you can use samples or loops already made by someone else, available for download on the internet. You can use MIDI parts from software such as Easy Drummer to create drum parts, or Easy Bass to create bass parts. And you can actually program in notes using the piano roll editor inside your DAW. Now, I can hear you doubters out there. Okay, then let's do it. Now, this is going to be a bit rough and ready because I'm trying to do this quickly so the video isn't hours and hours long. But it should be enough to give you the general idea and to prove the point. Okay, so I'm going to start by going to samplefocus.com, which is a website that will let you download samples and loops. And I found this, this guitar loop when I was looking earlier. Let's have a quick listen. Just hover over that. I've downloaded that to my hard drive. Let's get it into a project in Reaper. Okay, let's drag that loop into Reaper. There we go. It's at 130 BPM. You can see down there I've set my BPM to match, so make sure we can play it in Reaper. Lovely. Let's try and find a drum beat to go along with it. So I've got a drum track set up here that has Easy Drummer on it. So if I open up Easy Drummer, let's have a listen. So if I go to the browser, it's just, I don't know, let's pick, I've got this classic rock grooves collection here. If I go for that mid-tempo one, what does that give us? Let's have a listen to some of these. Okay, might work. That might work as well. Okay, for this, I think I liked 2 or 3 for that, so I'm going to drag 2 in and see if that works. So I'm going to let the guitar play for a bar on its own, and then I'm going to start this drum loop. So I'm going to drag it into there. Actually, I'm going to let it play for 2 bars. So if we go there, I'll just zoom in a bit. Whoops. Let's have a listen to that. So, here we go. Okay, let's make the drum loop come in there, actually. The drums are a bit loud compared to the guitar, so I'm just going to turn them down a bit. Let's just check those levels. I'm going to loop the guitar as well. I'm going to actually cut this loop here, chop that end off, and then make a copy of it. So we do that. So okay, so we've already got a guitar and a drum part without recording anything. Let's see if we can add a little bit of a bass part to that. So much like I did with Easy Drummer, I've got Easy Bass set up on this bass track. Launch Easy Bass. Let's see, and again we've got some grooves already made for us here. I mean, that might work. It's a bit boring. So I think this groove here, I think that might work. I think it might have to change, but let's drag that in and see what it sounds like. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, that one. So I think if I drag that second one down to match the same chord that the guitar's playing, and you can do that in this MIDI editor here, or you can do it inside Easy Bass's MIDI editor, which I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to do is drag this groove down into here. Go onto the grid editor, so I'm going to select all these and then drag it up. So I want that one, that last one, to go up to G. Select all that and take this up to G. See what that sounds like. finally, let's add a little bit of a keyboard part. I'm going to keep this really, really simple. So I've got a program called Sample Tank here, which gives us loads and loads of different keyboard sounds. What I want is a sort of pad synth sound. Okay, so I'll pick this synth pad sound and just pick that top one there. That sounds reasonable. So I've just created this part here. Let's double click on it. And I just want to create a very, very simple D minor chord. So create that there. So I want this right at the beginning of the bar, not there. D, D, F, and A. There we go. And I want to extend all these. And I'm just going to play that along with the rest of the track. Yep, so I want to extend it right to here as well. And then I'm going to make it an A minor chord on the next bar. So play it along with the rest of the track. So there we go. Now, okay, you can hardly call that a full song, but you can certainly imagine if we worked on it for a few hours, we could certainly turn that into a full song. And yeah, it's not great. I mean, that keyboard part really needs to fade in, and do the drums really match? Well, arguably not. But the purpose of this video was to demonstrate how you can create a song without recording anything. And we've done that, not recorded a single thing. We've used a loop that we downloaded from the internet. We've used some pre-made MIDI parts in both Easy Drummer and Easy Bass, and we edited them a little bit. And we created a very simple MIDI part from scratch using the DAW's piano roll editor for the keyboard part. So using loops or MIDI parts is a great way of kicking those creative juices into life if you're struggling coming up with your own ideas for parts. And certainly with MIDI parts, they're very easy to edit to make them your own and to suit whatever piece of music you're working on. This is Paul from Home Music Creator signing off. See you in the next video. Cheers.